The thought police in UK is out of control. Guys, welcome to the channel, and we have to accept that things have changed in different parts of the world, usually not for the best. Specifically in the case of UK, it has become a tyrannic government. It is a dictatorial government where you don't have freedom. I mean, it's not just about, oh, I can own firearms, oh, but you can own this or that, you can have pepper spray. No, you're banned from having pepper spray because, I mean, dear God, maybe you could defend yourself from a predator. Can you have a pocket knife? No, we're talking about thought police. I shit you not, it is thought police that is going on. Check this out.
You're seeing it now in England where people are getting arrested for tweets.
Yeah. Well,
England, people talk about Soviet Russia, like how bad Russia is in terms of cracking down on thought police and cracking down on bad tweets and things like that. I think the statistics are, I think England I think there's something like 4,000 people have been arrested in England for thought crimes where they've said things online that people find to be a hateful thing. Or
there's some law that they passed. It's like the misuse of the communication network, something like that. First of all, it is unbelievable that something like that got passed, right? You're thinking, oh yeah, so as to stop what? People from doing horrible things, organizing. Yeah, sure. But you're doing that so as to stop people from thinking and commenting things that the government doesn't approve? Where was the limit when that was written? Who the hell voted for that? Who the hell approved that?
A problematic thing. And I think it's only 200 in Russia.
oh, wow.
Yeah.
That says a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe in Russia they're too scared. Oh, wow.
Yeah. A hateful thing or a problematic thing. And I think it's only 200 in England for thought crimes where they've said things online that people find to be a hateful thing or a problematic thing. And I think it's only 200 in Russia.
Wait, 4,000? 2,000?
I think there's something like 4,000 people have been arrested in England.
4,000 people arrested for thought crimes in England. It is insane. It is crazy. That is not a free society anymore. That's a dictatorship.
For thought crimes where they've said things online that people find to be a hateful thing or a problematic thing. And I think it's only 200 in Russia.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That says a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe in Russia they're too scared to do it at all.
Could be. Yeah.
No, that's not a... Oh, well, you're scared to do it. That's why you don't do it. No. You have to look at the number of people thrown in a jail, in prison. People in prison thrown into a jail cell because of thought crimes. 2,000 in UK, 200 in Russia. It is embarrassing to have that comparison.
But the fact that they're comfortable with finding people who've said something that they disagree with and putting them in a fucking cage in England in 2024 is really wild.
Yeah.
Especially they're saying you can get arrested just for retweeting something.
The offence of incitement to racial hatred involves publishing or distributing material which is insulting or abusive, which is intended to or likely to start racial hatred.
Intended to or likely, meaning anything you just consider unacceptable. Basically, that's the parameter you're going with.
So if you retweet that, then you're republishing that, and then potentially you're committing that offence. And we do have dedicated police officers who are scouring social media. Their job is to look for this material.
And who's to...
I have no idea who this motherfucker is, but just because he speaks like this, like a bitch, just because he speaks like this and says that, well, if you commented things we don't like, and they may be or are or could be, or maybe when I was farting, I considered that probably there was a possibility of, it doesn't make it any better. I don't know who this guy is. I assume he works for the government. I assume he has but what he's saying is correct in terms of what they are doing right now. That is not a free country anymore that you're living in, if you are living in UK right now. Get the hell out of there. Find yourself a real country with real government, with real democracy, as flawed and imperfect as it may be, but somewhere where you have some freedom. What exactly? Well, let's start with a country in which you will not be thrown in fucking jail for for Facebook crimes. Facebook crimes. That's what they're calling
to
them.
look for this material.
And here's the problem with say, yeah, well, people shouldn't tweet hateful things. I agree. They shouldn't. But who's to decide what is a hateful thing?
That's the problem. It's
That's
subjective.
the problem. It's very subjective.
And it still shouldn't be a crime.
And in our lifetime, we've seen that get moved, right? So it used to be if a guy thought he was a woman and his name was Doug, and you grew up with Doug, and all of a sudden Doug wants to be called Debbie, if you call him Doug, it's no big deal. Like, yeah, maybe you're being rude to call him Doug, but it's not a hate crime, okay? Well, now a lot of people think it's a hate crime, and that got you banned from Twitter for life. So if you dead named someone on the old Twitter, you were banned for life. Dead name, not even make up a name. You can call him an idiot. You can call someone okay, forget about a man in a dress, maybe that's a problem. But if you call like a regular guy an idiot,
The LGBT community calls themselves dead name. The old name that they're no longer, they call it a dead name. But besides that, it's one thing getting banned from YouTube, Twitter, whatnot. It's one thing to get banned from these social networks. It's something completely different to be thrown in jail for commenting. I mean, you should have the right to be as stupid and as mean as whatever you want. Comment anything you want. There are specific laws in terms of inciting to violence, calling for the assassination of one person or another, right? That sort of thing. Yeah, that's probably a serious crime. Is it that everyone ends up in jail because of that? Definitely not. But that's one thing, directly asking for crimes, for real specific crimes to be committed against people, and encouraging that such things happen. That has always been considered something that could get you in legal problems. Now, saying that, oh, we have too many immigrants, I hate these people, that's all on you. If you get banned from Twitter or Facebook or whatever the hell it is, that is one thing. Now, getting thrown in jail for not agreeing with the immigration policies of one motherfucker in charge of prime minister in UK or another, that is insane. You don't have that in a free country. You only have that in shitholes, in absolute shitholes like North Korea, that sort of place. In Cuba, you get arrested for thought crimes, not in any civilized Western country.
you stupid fuck. Fine, no problem. But if you call Doug, you get banned for life. Okay, that's the new hate speech. That's crazy. Now, if that keeps going, that didn't exist before, if that keeps going, maybe you can go to jail for calling Doug. Maybe they think it's okay to put you in jail because you violated their hate speech laws.
It is incredible. The idea that you have this going on, you're inciting or could be linked to, or this word of the law, like if you are inciting to, or could be considered that you are promoting. What is that? Anytime you have such a huge door, such a huge window of perception of the way you consider it, the way in which I feel, your words hurt my feelings, you don't have a right to say a goddamn thing anymore. And that's how you ended up in this place, where you have gangs of thugs, you have gangs of fucking terrorists on your streets, armed, patrolling their communities, hunting white people. Then you have old ladies getting arrested and thrown in jail for just being there. It is embarrassing what that country has become. And it is scary to think that it could spread to other places. Guys, see you next time. Take care.